Hi all, hope you're having a great day. Um, Wanted to do a quick video just in regards to the Ottobock Safo Sport versus the regular Safo. I did a video not too long ago just comparing some of the braces that I've used or have had experience with, and I covered the Safo off in a bit of in depth in that one. Um, so this was the one that I covered off, which is the regular Safo. This I use quite often. Use in water, use in swimming, and yeah, it seems to work quite well for a lot of uses. I tag team that one with Turbomed Extern, which is also pretty good for certain things as well. I don't use it that much. I like this one a lot because it's very discreet. It's easy to wear with many different things, and yeah, you can kind of forget sometimes that you're wearing it. It's also not good for some things. I covered that off again in that other video, but mainly, it doesn't provide that active kind of return necessarily that the Turbomed might. And sometimes, if you sit down for a long time with this on, that can kind of be restrictive sometimes. But look, I use it a lot. I use it hiking, using for sports, swimming, all that kind of thing. It's fantastic for that. It's fairly flexible. It's made from silicon, as you can imagine. It has some reinforcement through the front of it. This is molded and shaped to your foot and leg. So yeah, that is the Safo. Now, what I also have to show you is the Safo Sport. So this is pretty much exactly the same thing. I think this one came in a slightly, I got to choose some multiple different colors, and for whatever reason, somehow I chose a different one, or I don't know. Anyways, this is the sport variant. It it feels heavier than the regular variant. So this one here, out on the outside, you can't tell tons of difference initially, but when you look at it closely, you start seeing this one here is actually a little bit wider. And once you start, like, if you feel it, you can definitely feel there is a lot more bracing or rigidity in the structure through here, and it splits down and it goes into both sides of the brace. So kind of going through here and then splitting out through there. And you can instantly tell, like if you felt it here, it's much chunkier than the regular Safo brace, which it does not have any of that kind of chunkiness or that reinforcement that this one has. So they refer to this as the Sport. I'll show you one of the big differences. So this is regular one. You can see what's going on here. This is the Sport. It's not going to move. So it's basically holding your foot in this position. Now, for me, that's horrendous. Because for me, the whole point of sport is to be able to move around, and to move my foot up, not that I can move it up, but I can push down, and with the bracing and stuff like that, it will come back to that kind of neutral level, or you can play off the swinging mechanism of your foot. You plant it down, and you get a bit of that rebound, say out of a sneaker or something like that, whereas this one just holds you rigidly. So that means it's kind of compromising your plantar flexion, so every time you plant your foot, because it's holding it, and then if you do try to push like that, it's not gonna let you, and it holds, and it's gonna dig right into the front of your of your foot and ankle area, and that's what I've found. I've found this to be very, very uncomfortable to wear for very long. So I will be returning this because I'm not going to be able to find much use for it. However, if you do want to have a SAFO that is quite rigid and will hold, that kind of 90-degree rigid angle more than the other regular SAFO, well then this is for you, I suppose. To me, in my experience, that's kind of counterproductive to what I want, but that's me. In every other way, it's mostly pretty well similar. You've got your Velcro straps, foot goes in, but it is very, very hard to get your foot into this one. I found much harder than that one, because where this one is flexible and you can stretch and slide your foot in, this one here is rigid and it's very difficult to get your foot in there. So those are some of my thoughts on the differences between regular SAFO and the sports SAFO. I'll try to get it up close to the camera. I don't know if you can really see any major differences in those. Here we go. It's hard to tell on the outside, but you can definitely tell the weight of the sport one versus the regular one pretty quickly. And then of course, the flexibility of them. Again, this is the regular one and this is the sport one. That's not gonna move. So yeah. Well, if you have any other questions, you can hit me in the comments.